How's it going, my car dudes? Liam here, and right here in front of us I have a 2019 Mercedes-Benz GLE 300D. This car actually replaces our 2018 Audi Q7. So as always, I'm going to show you guys the interior and the exterior of this SUV. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Starting off with the trunk, there are 3 ways to open it, with the button on the inside, the button here, or the key fob. It is fully electric. This car does have a 3rd row of seats. It's not powered on this model. You can also fold down the rear 2nd row by pushing these 2 buttons here. Which gives you a nice flat load. Coming to the back seat, very wide opening doors. On the door you have your rear seat controls. You can move them forward and backwards and adjust the recline. One thing to be careful of when you're getting into the back of a W167 GLE is the sloping roofline. You can actually hit your head on this, so just make sure to duck. Other than that, pretty spacious back here. I've got plenty of knee room. There's space for my feet underneath the seat. Headroom is also quite good, so is shoulder room. And this is with the 2nd row of seats all the way forward. And I'm 6'2½", so plenty of room to stretch out, plenty of thigh support. I'm just very comfortable back here. Do have a center armrest with cup holders. Down here you have your rear AC controls, along with a USB-C port, sorry, and a little storage cubby, which tucks away. Overall, pretty good back seat. Here's the key fob for the GLE. Classic Mercedes style key fob. Our lock, unlock, and our trunk. And on the back we have the button to take out our physical key. Now this car does have a smart key access system. Right now the car is locked. To unlock it, just grab the back of the door handle and the mirrors will fold out. And to lock it, touch the little indent on any of the 4 door handles. The car will lock, followed by a beep of the horn and the mirrors folding in. You can actually adjust whether you want the car to beep or not. The exterior color is known as the royal blue. It has a 2-toned black and cream leather interior. Along with that smart key access system, the GLE does have push button start. So just make sure you have a key fob somewhere in the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the left dash mounted start button to start. Three-spoke leather wrapped steering wheel, electrically assisted power steering. The gear selector is right here. This has Mercedes' 9-speed automatic transmission. For drive, push a foot on the brake and push down. For reverse, push up. For neutral, just a slight push down. And for park, just push the button on the side. Your electronic parking brake is right here. Right now it is engaged. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and pull. And to engage it, just push it. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on headlights, fogs, the high beams. The hood releases all the way down here. All 4 windows are fully automatic. And we'll check out the exterior. This GLE 300D has Mercedes' OM654 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine, which produces 240 brake horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. It has a 0 to 100 time of 7.2 seconds and a top speed of 225 km per hour. SUVs have come a long way since the turn of the century. Gone are the off-road warriors that you could cross the Australian outback in with nothing more than willpower, a full tank of fuel, and a Nickelback CD. Now SUVs throw coolant temperature warnings when it gets hotter than 33 degrees outside. No, seriously, I've gotten that warning twice in this car. The W167 Mercedes GLE is a far cry from the original ML that came out over 26 years ago. But in its defense, it is still a very competent car. Yes, it may have a hint of, Beverly Hills wife about it, but at least you can see why they bought it. It stacks up pretty well compared to its competition. The Ford MQ-7, the Volkswagen Touareg, the Porsche Cayenne, and the Go5 BMW X5. Even though this model is 5 years old, it holds its own when compared to its German counterparts. It received a mild facelift in 2024 with some new lights and a few other minor changes. Interestingly, Mercedes makes a long wheelbase model exclusive to the Indian market. You know, in case you don't want to buy a GLS for whatever reason. To my knowledge, all W167s in Sri Lanka are GLE 300Ds with the 2-liter diesel engine. Prices at the moment range between 60 and 70 million rupees depending on the range, the year, the spec, and the mileage. Styling is of course subjective, but I actually think the W167 is a really good looking SUV. The Q7 that we had, in my opinion, looks like a big station wagon, and I think the Go5 X5 LCI is hideous with those new lights. It's not as boxy as a lot of other SUVs, but it has a mix of curves, and with its massive swollen rear wheel arches, it definitely enhances the look. Mercedes knew what they were doing when they designed this car, and it really shows. Coming to the interior, power windows, locks and mirrors. It's a full power driver's seat in classic Mercedes fashion. The seat controls are on the door. You have 3-person memory. Your lumbar adjustments are down here. Over here, this is the button to open and close the trunk, and this is the button to deploy and retract the rear tow bar. Coming to the interior, here are your HVAC controls. Majority of the functions are actually with physical buttons, which I like. Your fan speed, temperature, sync, one-touch AC, recirculation, rear defrost, front defrost, automatic, and your different zones. Coming to the infotainment system, you can control it either via a touchscreen or with this little touchpad down here. It is not the most intuitive system, if I'm being honest. Maybe that's because I'm just coming out of Audi's scroll wheel, but I don't find this to be very easy to use. There is haptic feedback, so you can feel when you get to a menu, you can feel a little vibration, so you know you've got to something and clicked on something, but it's just a bit odd to me, so I much prefer using the touchscreen. This car does have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a specific port for it, so you plug it in to the left port, USB-C, and then once it's all configured up, it'll come up here, and there you go. It's a pretty quick system. no lag, and then you can go back to your Mercedes infotainment system right there. But if you use it with this touchpad, you also do have a bunch of shortcut buttons like navigation and map, radio, telephone, star. This button you can actually configure to, you know, basically do whatever you like. So set up assistant, seat controls, energizing, consumption, tow away protection. That's good, I can park illegally. I didn't even know we had that. Destination info. Basically, it's just a shortcut button that you can configure to however you would like it. This button is for all the assistance and the vehicle settings. So in assistance, you have your traction control, your lane keep assist, hill descent control, parking assist, and so on. In assistance, you have traffic sign recognition, cameras and parking, active brake assist, so your automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring. Then if we go to vehicle, you have more vehicle settings, basically like your seatbelt adjustment, the acoustic lock, if you want the car to beep when you lock it or not, the mirrors, the automatic lock system, basically like if you drive off and you hit a certain speed, the car will lock automatically. Filling station, being Sri Lanka, the navigation doesn't work. This is a UK car, so you have European maps, but we are quite a ways away from Europe. You can adjust the ambient lighting right here. And if you go into ambient lighting, click on color, you have 64 different colors to choose from this little wheel, which I think is pretty cool. And then system, you can control the different displays in the gauge cluster. I'll get to that in a second. But you know, your different units, time, date, and so on and so on. It's quite an advanced system. There's a lot you can do with it. It does take a bit of getting used to. I know it took me a while to get used to it, and I'm still getting used to it slowly. But you know, that's the way the world is moving, and you know, people want more tech in their cars. So I think as far as tech goes, this is really good. There's lots of things you can play with. If we come back to the home screen, the home button's always right here. You have the three main settings right here: phone, radio, and your media. So Bluetooth audio and USB and so on. Navigation, like I said, this is a UK car, so the nav does not work. But if we go over to Europe, you can see we have a nice road map, road network map right there. So yeah, doesn't work. But and then if we go to comfort, this will basically take you straight to your ambient lighting, your seat comfort, energizing comfort, so on and so on. Information, this is where you'll find all your trip computer stuff, like your fuel economy, engine, power you're producing, consumption, could be better, could be down to my enthusiastic driving style, and then the online owner's manual. Down here we have a wireless phone charger with two USB-C ports, two cup holders that are absolutely massive. Coming down here, we have another little small storage space. I presumed it was for, you know, keys and garage openers, so that's exactly what we use it for. Your center armrest, fairly deep. You have another USB-C port right here. Up here, you have your auto-dimming rearview mirror, sunglass storage to open the sunroof. While that opens, because that takes a while, I'll show you the glove box. It's an okay size. It's just a bit narrow because it's taken up by this perfume, this lovely perfume right here. But it's all right. Alrighty. Well guys, thank you all so much for watching my review on this 2019 Mercedes-Benz GLE 300D. As always, let me know what you guys think of the review and leave some suggestions of cars I should review in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Drive safely till then.